Okay, so today for our cardioversion video, we've been dispatched to a 70-year-old male chief complaint of chest pain and a collapse. While approaching the scene for dangers, the family approaches us and greets us and takes us into the room, so dangers is all good. On our way into to see the patient going into scene, we see that he is propped up on his lazy boy. He looks pale and clammy. The family states that he was feeling like he had heart palpitations and that he felt like his heart was gonna jump out. So yeah, we'll just go in, and if you'd like to pop a 3 lead on right away, and
Sure.
we will get vitals and stuff. Yep.
Yep.
All right, so coming in, hello sir, can you hear me? So he responds with his eyes to voice. So he gets a score of 3. Is moaning and groaning, so he gets a score of 2. Can you just squeeze my hands? Squeeze my hands. Right, so he's not squeezing my hands, so he's unable to obey commands, so he gets a score of 5 for a total GCS score of 10. So while Ella's getting the vitals, the history gained from the family is that he had a previous MI about 5 years ago. Today's onset of chest pain was acute. He wasn't able to stand, and he had a near syncopated and had a little bit of dizziness. Patient is on Cilazapril, which is treated for hypertension, and aspirin. The chest pain that he was feeling today felt totally different than what he had 5 years ago when he had his previous MI. So what we'll do is that we've got the 3 leads on. Yeah. How are we doing for the vitals, Ella?
Cool, so
All
we
good?
have a heart rate of 170 and
Yep.
3 lead, as you can see on here, is in VT.
VT, yeah.
Rest rate of 18, blood pressure of 70/40, blood glucose of 7.6, and temperature of 37.
Okay, so because we've got conscious VT, that's the working diagnosis that we will go with. We can't really rule out that it was secondary to any electrolyte imbalance, or if he's got SVT with aberrancy. So we will just work with that he is in conscious VT. So now we will just test his cardiovascular compromise. So he is severely compromised, as he has severe hypotension. His inability to obey commands, and the fact that he looks like a status 1, and he's also at a very high risk for a cardiac arrest. So I will just call for backup. AUT1, pulse control.
Go ahead.
Just requesting an R50 backup for conscious VT.
Copy, 2 minutes away.
So the treatment for conscious VT is his level of consciousness is obviously very severe, unable to obey commands, so cardioversion will be indicated for him. So what we do is we just set it up at max joules, and if he has no response to the first one, we are allowed to do another shock, so we can repeat it once, but that's it. So what we've done now with the patient is we've just laid him supine, and we've just put a towel under his head to help with his airway. So the first thing that I'm going to do is just check the pads in the apex and sternum. So just popping it here and here. Okay, and so now what we'll do is we'll just turn the monitor on. Go into, I guess it's already on. We'll just make sure that it's in manual mode. Now it is. And the max joules for this one, which is 316. Okay, and so now what we're gonna do is we're just gonna hit the lead and put paddles. So we can see that it's in VT at the moment. And what we're gonna do is we're just gonna hit sync. And what that will do is it just puts it a little triangle at the top of the QRS, so you can see that. The patient is not indicated for any sedation, so we don't need to worry about that right now. So just to be sure that I've done everything on the cardioversion checklist, I'll just go through it again before we give a shock. So place pads on either apex sternum or anterior posterior position, which is what we've done. Ensure the defibrillator is in manual mode. I did that. Select a lead with a visible R wave and ensure the artifact is minimized. We've done that. Select a synchronized mode. We've done that too. Confirm there is a detection symbol above every QRS complex, which is what we did, and ensure the patient has received adequate sedation if indicated. Select the joules, charge the defibrillator, and confirm everyone is cleared. So yeah, we've selected the joules already, which was max joules of 360, so that's all good. And now we will go ahead and give a shock. Now, next what we'll do is we'll just hit charge and make sure everyone is away from the patient. So we're charging. Okay. Making sure everyone is clear and hitting shock. Shock delivered. And now we've come back into normal sinus rhythm. Again, I'll just reiterate that if it wasn't to go back to normal sinus rhythm, you're able to give it another go and just hit charge again and then do another shock. So now that we see that there was a normal sinus rhythm, then we would just go and feel for a carotid or a radial pulse just to make sure there was one there, because you can't always trust everything that's on the monitor. The next thing that I would probably do is get a full set of vitals and make sure that we would update comms, letting them know where we're at, and go on our way to hospital.